we dedicate this video to the souls we have lost during our recording commentary.
Yep, pretty much everyone but the usual three and Cele.
Yep.
That's our schmucks. So we're gonna go.
For some reason, I can just imagine the singer
That's
literally
the wrong
being all
potion shop.
I was about to say, why are we back here of all places?
Restocking.
Because we need a certain something from a certain old lady.
Oh.
And that certain something is
Ultimate potion. How about 100 rupees?
We got a blue potion.
Huh. Okay.
Cele, we gotta really talk about this obsession with blue things. Like this. What is this needed for? What is so great about the blue potion?
It restores your life energy and magic power.
I mean,
Okay, I'll take 7.
I mean, all things considered, by this point, I usually just stock up my bottles with fairies because, like, that's really all I'll need. But
yeah.
Okay, we can get fairies on the way.
Right. So we're inside. Whatever. So now that we've taken out all of the outer fortress, now we actually get to start climbing the tower.
This is it.
Charge.
One last look at the outside, and here we go.
Link, what did I tell you about looking?
I'm sorry, I had to make it dramatic.
Link, what did I tell you about not turning back?
Now the children don't play.
It's okay.
When Link saved the day.
I just love the idea of him standing out there looking around going, wow, I really want to save all this. It's a dump.
Alright,
Talk about your fixer-upper.
So, yeah. Mario had to go through this in his game, now Link goes through it himself. The long stair climb up to the top.
It's really not all that long, considering.
Well, it's going to be a little gauntlet,
too. There's more variety here than it was for Mario, because with Mario, all he had was either the endless staircase or literally just a short string of backward long jumps just to reach Bowser's final thing.
Yeah, now here, be very careful, because as you can see, it's not just going to be a nice hapless stairwell, it's going to be a massive, like, gauntlet.
I'm trying to back up so he'll come to me. And then
also, is it just me or am I hearing some sinister music playing in the background?
Yep, you do hear... that's organ music, alright, and it's gonna get louder as we continue to climb the staircase.
Ooh.
I see that Ganon took a few lessons from Bowser in terms of how to play an organ.
I remember making a comment,
Bowser ever play the organ?
I mean, his final boss being Marsupial, he was primarily played through organs.
It's a joke, but so you know how Bowser's final battle theme has organ music in it?
Yeah.
I made a joke that it was Ganon playing that.
Play me a tune, Ganon, old buddy.
If I must.
Jeez.
I hate it when Stoffos has their back turned and then the shield's like, no, I'm still gonna count that as my hitbox.
It's a matter of perspective, I don't know. Just, okay, so...
Alright, we got that. Now let's get the boss key.
Why do we need that? I don't understand why they have a boss key. It's literally it's the definition of a hallway. There's no other way you could go, and there's no way to leave this room without defeating the guy, so I do consider this boss key to be the most superfluous thing in this game.
I mean, honestly, I would be more forgiving of it if it was actually more of a personalized boss key. Like, it's literally just fucking Ganon's face on it.
Does anyone remember how they personalized... It wasn't exactly boss keys, but they were boss-like puzzle things in Skyward Sword.
Oh, yeah?
Honestly, Cele, no, because I haven't even gotten that far into the game.
Well, they did that for every boss. They personalized their own... Each dungeon had their own boss key.
Well,
and all of them look different.
And honestly, it goes to show how long it's been since I last played the game, because I honestly forgot about that.
Same.
Notice how there's a different color iron knuckle right there?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I think he has this. I think he has the same. I don't think he's any stronger.
He likes to be different.
I get the feeling they expected you to fight both of them at once.
Yeah.
That's why I try to cheese it and just lure one over, because I don't want to mess with that.
Yep, me neither. I would just use the Bigron sword, but I prefer to do it like this.
Alright.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, I guess.
Yep.
Then again, I don't think the shield can deflect his axe swings, so...
No, they cannot.
Then,
you
honestly,
have no way defending yourself against them, so either way.
Then, honestly, yeah, it really would make more sense just to use the Bigron sword and get it over with.
Alright, this is our last staircase.
So, as we're approaching the final area, and we are getting pretty close, just in general, like, I don't mind. Like, the game The game definitely, like,
Alright,
I think the game
let's do it.
revolutionized the whole 3... Oh, no, we got another thing. I think the game revolutionized the whole 3D adventuring thing, especially for, like, N64, like... And
Oh yeah, no, like this game's impact in this game, it kind of goes without saying, considering how every other game under the sun pretty much copied from it in some way or another. I mean, hell, look at Rayman 2. They borrowed the goddamn lock-on system specifically from this game.
Right, and that's the thing, like, the lock-in system was great, and, like, because that's something that we were talking about that with all of those other PlayStation 1 platformers, like, apart from Crash Bandicoot, some of them were, like, sprawling like Zelda, but between Mega Man Legends and that, a lot of them used tank controls, but this one had, like, much more, you know, refined controlling and stuff,
Actually,
too.
speaking of Mega Man Legends, I do still remember that technically the first game did predate Ocarina of Time in that one.
Look how long this staircase is.
Oh, yeah, that's
Now
right,
you
yeah.
know how I feel, Link. But anyway, like with the original Mega Man Legends, like it technically did have a lock-on before this game did, but you couldn't really move around while locking on. But
Alright, we're just going right in.
Okay.
All right, never mind that shit, because now we get to interrupt Ganon's organ session.
I still love listening to just the song alone. He plays it a different way every round.
What do you mean by every round?
Like, he plays it differently, like, how do I describe it? Like, like, listen to it right now, it's in, he's doing, like, dun 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 dun.
Also,
Oh wait, never
hello,
mind.
hello,
And then he plays it, and then, like, after this, he plays it, like, an octave higher.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to mean that you're going to be healed up fully for this fight.
So that's handy.
Well, that's generous of him.
Go ahead, Steve.
The Triforce parts are resonating. They are combining into one again. The two Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day, 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden well within you two. And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have been gathered here.
Do you think it ever occurred to Ganon that if he tried to form the three of them up, never mind.
Dude, kill him,
These
yeah.
toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me.
Oh, and I do like the comedy on this part. Navi suddenly's all like...
I can't help you! Because of the waves of darkness, I can't get close!
Yeah, it wasn't really...
I'm sorry, Rinku!
So that pretty much means that we can't target him.
Oh.
Which would be how much was I?
Do not wear the hover boots here,
Yeah.
because you will get hit by Ganon's shockwave.
Oh yeah, no, obviously you don't want to wear that shit. But anyway, the lack of a lock-on would be more difficult for this fight, or not for the
I
fact that
agree.
we're primarily
I
just
actually agree there.
playing a tennis match with them.
Yeah, tennis.
Yeah, this is a perfect view right here.
Yeah, perfect. And then I'll...
My hands were shaking so much I was doing this because I was getting performance anxiety.
Oh,
You know, Cele, you could have made this easier on yourself if you brought out your trusty tennis racket.
yeah. Or
Oh,
your
you mean a
bottle.
Yeah.
Cool.
I prefer with the Master Sword because I'm more used to it.
Whoa.
And now I am going to equip the hover boots here because it's easier than jumping.
And then get a big Gorn sword because you want to... Oh, never mind. You don't want to cheese this too much.
I'm trying to do quick spins. There we go. Quick spins do a
I don't think those quick
surprising
spins. I don't
amount
think
of
those
damage.
quick. I don't think those quick spins are registered.
Yeah, because some of them, like, he was still, like, regaining his invincibility frame to, like, recover. But as you're seeing here,
Because
like,
I'm not doing them right.
play tennis as we typically do, and then when he gets stunned, you hit him with a light arrow. I also noticed that, like, especially in that...
Ah!
Oh, damn.
And recording curse got me.
It's fine, dude, it's fine. But I also noticed that in that other cutscene, I think the other thing that this game really did revolutionize for Zelda was it definitely turned into a much more cinematic experience.
Oh yeah. I don't want to talk about this just yet because it's not far enough into the fight. But there was something that I learned from, I can't remember if it was a friend of my dad's, but I was watching this one kid playing it when I was visiting, when my dad was visiting them. And he showed me this trick to the second phase of the fight, and I'm all, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Talking about the spin attack.
Yeah.
I thought you knew about the spin attack.
30 love.
Now whack it.
There, you have these jump attacks.
Okay, and those spin attacks were working, but also otherwise, and what happens if you fall down?
Gandalf just kind of waits for you until you climb back up.
Yeah, it's a little bit more a massive inconvenience than anything.
Yeah.
Though at the same time, though, if you're low on health, there are some pots down there that you can break.
Oh, that's handy.
45 love.
That means the game's almost won. I'm just saying, Martinez Aces really could have had a really great little inside joke if they had Ganon be one of the players.
Yeah, really.
It just had the Zelda
Oh
characters
here,
in general.
oh, here we go. This is the trick I was talking about.
Yep, when he
You could
charges
just
up.
shoot him with the light arrow there, but if you have bad aim, it's better to do this rather than risk getting hit.
Whack them all back at him.
Yep.
That should be game. Yep.
60
Yep.
love.
There it is.
Match point.
Game. Set. Match.
The great evil King Ganondorf, beaten by this kid.
And then it's green instead of red.
Yeah.
Rinku.
Oh yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but my mom and I used to think that Ganondorf's cape, like how many tears were in it, were indicative of how much damage he did to him.
Huh.
I don't even remember why or how we thought of that, but we would look at him like right here in this cutscene and then look how many tears were in his cape and go, ooh, we got him good.
I mean, that would be an interesting little indicator of his health if like, the more you got into the fight, the less of a cape he had.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's pretty much down for the count, and
We
Princess
saved
Zelda
the
is freed.
princess!
Or it's
And
about
her
to be.
dress is
anyway.
clipping outside the crystal.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, the tail end of it was kind of clipping outside the crystal.
Yeah.
Spit on his grave.
Ganondorf,
Spit on his corpse.
pitiful man. Without a strong, righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods. And
Ba, ba, ba.
And before she could spit on his corpse, the castle's about to go tumbling down.
Rinku, listen to me. This tower will collapse soon. With his last breath, Ganondorf is trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower.
No.
We need to hurry and escape.
I think the place just wasn't built up to code. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Please follow me.
I mean, it did look a little antiquated.
Now, I'm obviously gonna switch to the Kokiri boots here.
Thank
Smart
you.
girl.
And also, be careful. Do not leave Zelda behind, because if you do, she will stand back and wait for you to come back.
Oh.
Yeah, like that, for example.
Whenever you feel like it, we'll escape. You know.
Come on. I'm just making sure you're still. I'm just making sure
And-
you're still with me.
You can't leave without Zelda because of these doors. And Zelda's the only one who can open them.
I have the key.
And I'm trying to get it to where if Link is facing forward when towards the camera, you can see the shock on his face. Like he's like, oh my god.
You can
Place
open
actually
a
is
door.
coming down.
Yep.
There we go. But other than that, you just gotta go down the tower. So as long as you can, get good at roll jumping. I'm surprised Cele isn't doing that roll jumping right now to just get faster through these areas.
Did she just walk through the air?
I was about to say, look, I love
Yeah,
the fact
she
that she was literally
did.
walking on air.
Mom and I used to joke that she had hover heels.
Yeah, I can see that. I actually have to say she could have hover heels. Wow, Delta, you took the really dangerous. Okay. Just something about her strut. They did not animate that well.
Well, no, she played it safe. I could have followed her, but I decided.
No, I meant her arms. Like when she starts moving, her arms like whack, whack, whack. She's got a bigger strut than Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah, and if you jump in an awkward angle
Ow.
and land, she'll
Ow.
gasp.
I'm okay.
But yeah, no, she's got that Crash Bandicoot stride with them arms swinging.
Her arm.
Wait, what's happening here?
Huh?
Oh, why
God
did you
damn
move
it.
there?
One last battle against these stupid guys.
Where's the light arrow? Oh, go ahead, James.
The light arrow work on these guys?
Look at the way that Stopples was.
He was trembling. He's like, I don't think we should leave here, brother. Oh gosh.
I don't get paid enough for this job. They don't
But
even
no,
give
do
us-
light arrow. It'll just destroy him instantly.
Or that.
Thank you, Rinku. Now let's hurry.
If you lost any hearts, she'll give you hearts.
Oh, okay. I'll take the
That's
money.
change at this point, bitch.
She really did just like throw like, fair fight, peasant. Threw some coins onto the ground.
All right, we're halfway down.
Only halfway.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Sorry, Zelda, didn't mean to scare
Nearly
you.
jumped on
Look.
Yeah,
her
Miss
dog
Lo-
in there like a
Yeah,
Mario.
Miss landed on my head, you peasant.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
no, this room I kind of hate
Why this room in particular?
because of that. It catches you off guard.
Ah. Well, it's a good thing you didn't knock out Zelda.
Yep.
But they didn't knock out Zelda.
I mean, Ganondorf knocked out Zelda and Wind Waker. Just saying.
Like, just imagine, like, all the debris
Oh,
that
jeez.
could be hitting you. What if it ever accidentally fell on her instead of you?
That would suck.
I mean, it's possible, like in the Four Swords Adventures escape sequence with Zelda, it is possible for her to get hurt by monsters.
Oh yeah, no, it is possible for her to die in that sequence because she actually has a health bar.
Oh yeah, one last fight with Arita.
Really? Come on. We've dealt with these things a million times before.
I love that Zelda's
Although
like...
Zelda doesn't do anything in response.
Link, stop fooling
probably,
around.
She's probably frozen too.
Oh.
I think she was probably frozen too.
No, I
To
just
be
love
fair,
that...
she was probably the one that caused that blood-curdling shriek.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. But no, I just love the idea of Zelda being like, oh, stop fooling around. Picks you up and, like, carries you underneath
Don't
you
pick
like a...
on my girl, please.
Wait, what?
I'll walk it off, Link. It's just a reanimated Hylian corpse.
Oh.
No, I'm saying
Navi.
Zelda's my baby. Don't make fun of her.
Oh, okay. Navi, get out of there.
To be fair, we
That
didn't make
cart...
it.
Gosh. Sorry.
So we came tumbling down.
This is kind of random, but adult Zelda is my dream cosplay.
It would be cool.
I just finished paying off the rent for this castle.
Whoa. Do you,
What'd you say, Logan?
I was gonna say, it's so hard to get the dress down right, though, from other people. Also, I was gonna say, you fool. Do you realize how long that cardboard model took to put up? Now it's all coming down.
And so Castlevania once again
It
came
does look like
tumbling.
cardboard when you think about
When
it.
it starts
doesn't
falling over just like that and just kind of toppling and
And it's
flattening.
not just falling; it's like
Flatten.
flattening, collapsing.
It's the handy dandy collapsible Ganondorf model castle.
Was this castle really made of cardboard?
I have no
That's what it
clue.
looked like back in the day. So yeah, Castlevania came tumbling down, and these are the ruins of it.
Well, we did a pretty
Yeah.
good job of, clearing out the place. It looked a lot smaller on the outside, but anyway.
It's over. It's finally over.
Actually, now that I think
I
about it,
like
wasn't...
how Link's smiles right here.
Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't this technically my home?
I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the battle before.
Nah, you never helped out anyway. Moving on. Oh,
You weren't able to target him though when you got close to him.
Well, to be fair,
We're
they
not
were-
done yet.
Oh, of course not. It's never over.
What does that sound?
I say we leave. Let's
Let's
leave.
go check it out.
Let's leave. Oh,
Zelda!
gosh dang fire. Every time.
So yeah, old Ganondorf isn't done yet.
But you probably can't see it because of the way the contrast is, but his mouth is like wide open.
Oh yeah, no, he's literally at his limit,
Yep.
and he's about to break it like a Final Fantasy VII character.
Except this is the first time we saw Ganondorf, but it's not the last time we've... no, it's the first time we saw Ganondorf, but not the first time we've seen his true beast incarnate.
Ganon. You know, as a kid, he didn't look like a pig.
It was like a dragon
You
thing.
can barely see. You can barely see much
Yeah,
of
I
him.
always thought he was like a dragon.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't really help that you can't see much of him in this atmosphere, and I mean that's kind of what helps the menace.
There's no way he's gonna hold me back again. This time we fight together.
Cool, use the big orange sword and cheese
What
him,
little
but
you can do.
and as much as I do love the 3DS version, I do still agree that something about like the lighting of this area like really makes him look more imposing.
Oh yeah,
I agree
absolutely.
with you there.
I mean,
Now, the way my mom taught me was, now you gotta wait until he kneels down, takes a look at you, and then shoot him.
I kind of feel similar sentiment towards how Ganon was handled in Smash Ultimate because, I mean, the fight itself was pretty sweet, but again, it was a little too
yeah.
bright. Like, there's actually there's this one filter in the game's photo mode that you can implement.
high
and I honestly
contrast?
think, I think it was contrast, or it might have been something else. But I'll just give Cele a picture to flash right around here. This is honestly how the fight should have looked.
It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Also, don't mind.
Oh,
Also, don't mind.
real quick, I just want to mention, I try not to get hurt here. I think this is a perfect fight, but if Ganon does hit you, Zelda will scream.
She's worried, but I was gonna say, James, like, yeah, no, granted, I do love that Smash Ultimate. This is probably one of my favorite iterations of Ganon.
Yeah. Oh, and don't mind the fact that it's not so much Link fighting Ganon, but rather a bear and a bird.
Yeah.
I mean, we are kind of doing that, and
In fact, now that I think, I have time, and Cele says, Eddie, anything else you need?
oh, go ahead, Cele, go tell us everything you got.
I think I pretty much said everything, but we're halfway
Now
done
you say everything.
After all this time, we're finally ready.
Riku, the Master Sword is here. Hurry up!
Does it have to be the Master
I mean,
Sword? Or
I
can we...
would just I mean, I would
Yes,
just hand...
it has to be the Master Sword. You cannot defeat him with the Vigron Sword. It'll just keep going and going and going.
Fine.
I mean, I would just hand it over to you, but I don't feel like it.
Use the Master Sword. Destroy Ganon with the Sacred Sword.
Yeah, if you say so.
She does hand it. She does hand it to Link in the manga. She tosses it at him.
Fire spec up. Here, alright. There is another technique we can talk about while we give James some more time. Is one other technique I used to do was I would literally, depending on if you had like the Goron hammer or something else, like I could literally, if you time it right, you can actually roll directly between his legs, quickly turn around without Z targeting, and then bonk him on the tail before he gets a chance to turn around and face you.
But it's a really complicated technique. I can't even use it.
Takes some quick thinking, but I don't know, just light arrow to save the day.
As always. And so, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it's just weird as the tail do look a little out of place on this weird body.
It reminds me of a dragon's tail.
Yeah, but
and I think that nose right there is the clear indicator that's supposed to be still, you know, a pig at heart.
And speaking of the nose,
I'm using my power to hold the evil king. You use your sword and deliver the final blow.
I mean, you could have done that this whole time.
I was about to say, like, I can't believe I finally remembered I had this thing.
To be fair, though, notice how Zelda there, you know, just like I just did there, ran out of breath after doing that. Got to time it just right and deliver the final blow right to the noggin.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought he stabbed him right through the nose.
I just thought it was in the mouth.
I mean, it's somewhere on the face. That's what matters.
6 sages. No!
Oh, you mean all this time you also had a freaking peach beam like laser device you could have used this whole time?
Well, granted, she couldn't do it until as you can see, she tired herself out there.
But like, fine.
Ancient creators of Hyrule. Now, open the sealed door and send the evil incarnation of darkness into the void of the evil realm.
Huh.
Who?
I got this. Yay, me too. Yeah.
I'm here too!
Let's do it. Just one of them's just, let's go.
I love how the cinematic looks. I think it looks amazing.
No, at the time, this was like, all these flurries and the movement of this was like really good when it came out.
Yeah.
Not many games with the Dreamcast could replicate this, if you can believe that.
And as tight as the controls and fun as the platforming was in Mario 64, I will say this is like between the two. Oh, hang on, I'll give High Pizzy yelling. Don't throw your voice out, man.
Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. But worst of all, curse you, Capri-Sun!
I saw what you did. That's an oldie.
Someday, when the seal is broken,
Man, I feel old.
that is when I will exterminate your descendants.
Just keep making him spin around. Do 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 do.
I hate that song.
But no,
That's
dude, you
all
made
he
me
gets
feel
to
old.
hear in the gap between times.
Oh, sorry.
As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand.
You're still there? Okay, good. Oh, is that it? Oh,
Okay.
I guess I'm done now.
Okay.
I'll say that between Mario 64 and this, I think this one definitely had the more visually stunning stuff and going on.
Hey, Zelda, where are we?
Are we dead?
The strategy guide describes it as in the sunlit halls of the Temple of Time.
No, I think we're
There's
dead.
no floor here.
I think we're.
Thank you, Rinku.
I think we're definitely dead.
Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed inside the evil realm.
With it.
Thus, peace will once again reign in this world. For a time.
For a time.
All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule was my doing.
How?
How?
I was so young, I could not comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm.
What do you mean? You didn't do it. That was me. That was all me. I was the one
I
who.
dragged you into it too.
I was the one who played this
Now
song at
it's
the
time
time.
for me to make up for my mistakes.
You made no
I was about to
mistakes.
say that.
You must lay the
Well,
Master Sword
I
to
will give
rest
her that.
and
It
close
was
the
her
door.
fault that we kind of got dragged into it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she
Yeah.
planted the seeds right in our head.
By doing this, the road between times will be closed.
If anything, it was.
She did what she could. I mean, to be fair, she had these dreams, prophecies, and no one was listening.
That's what I was gonna say. If anything, I don't think she made the mistakes. I think it was her dumb dad who didn't do anything.
Yeah.
As a sage, I can return you to your original time with it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Send me
I
home.
really
God,
want
this
to,
Ocarina
though.
for so
I mean, things are so
I
peaceful
like
in
how
this
she
time.
does this here. Aww.
Doot. Aw.
Mm.
When peace returns to Hyrule,
Who are you gonna
it will
call?
be time for us to say goodbye. Now, go home, Ninku. Regain your lost time. Home, where you are supposed to be. The way you are supposed to be.
Just smile.
And tap your toes 3 times and make anyway. She plays and she actually screws up. Sorry, I'm out of practice.
And Link's like, you might want to wipe the mouthpiece.
Oh, and there we go.
Actually, shouldn't we be taking that thing with us? I mean, we took it with us to... Or actually...
Yeah, actually...
Now.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, Ninku.
Yeah, Cele, I need to pose a question to you.
What's that?
What does this mean for adult Zelda? Because technically, since she comes from a future that no longer exists, is this like one of those paradox things where she's just evaporated now?
I think so.
Actually, it should be said, Logan, at this point in time, I think now with modern Zelda canon, this pretty much Link's actions here pretty much split the whole timeline into 3 chunks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
pretty much
right.
proves that
There was the hero wins, the heroes defeat him. What was the other timeline?
The adult timeline when he wins, the child timeline, and the adult timeline when he loses, basically.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
But basically, yeah, like, at this point in time, it's pretty much been confirmed that Zelda runs under a multiverse now.
Oh,
So wait a minute.
no.
So what? So I know about like the one where he wins and the one where he's a child. What instigates the one where he loses again?
The original Zelda game, Zelda 2, A Link to the Past, and so forth.
Yep, that one, because if you think about it, yeah, because in Legend of Zelda 1, Ganon's already taken over all of Hyrule. Like, it's no
Yeah.
evil realm, he just rules over the land.
I remember
Everyone
when we
lives in
couldn't understand
caves.
this at first, but the more you look into the timeline, the more you play the games, the more sense it starts to make.
Which,
What little
even
sense it
then,
does
I
make.
don't feel the games really needed all that, because most if not all the games up to a point were more or less self-contained.
Unless it was like a very direct sequel.
Obviously, but
Mhm.
otherwise, yeah, I do
Like
think
Majora's Mask to Ocarina of Time and Spirit Tracks of Phantom Hourglass.
I do think the whole thing of splitting up the timeline like that does make the whole thing a whole lot more nonsensical than just
Actually-
it's all nonsensical. But
I
at the same
personally
time,
think
Actually,
it's fun, but
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I would argue not so much like Phantom Hourglass to Spirit Tracks. I would say Wind Waker to Phantom Hourglass because I think that takes.
oh,
Like,
that's right. Yeah, sorry, I made that mistake. Yeah, Phantom Hourglass was the sequel to Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. But yeah, just the whole timeline situation is just fucking weird. I mean, I'll live with it. At the same time, though, I do agree with some people it didn't really need to exist. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much a topic for another day. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all enjoyed our 33-plus part episode
Holy
commentary
crap,
of
right.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. Like, yeah, game was really good. Yeah, I forgot the credits. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know they used mocap.
Okay,
Jeez.
so James, you will go first. Before that, here are the voice actors: Young Link, Adult Link, Zelda, and then
the horse,
Hang on.
the fine
Let's
horse.
get back here.
and then Ganondorf, Great Fairy, and Twin Robot, and Navi.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
really goes to show how much of a big nerd Cele is about this game. I mean,
It works.
she actually memorized all that stuff to a T. But yeah, I guess
And the Great Fairy is also Naboru.
Mhm.
gotcha. But yeah. On that note,
Go ahead, James. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it should be said, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't like my all-time favorite Zelda game. Like that honor still goes to A Link Between Worlds. And I mean, I do have an appreciation for Breath of the Wild, even though it has been a while since my first playthrough.
But they're both drunk.
Oh, they actually they're happy together now. It's like
Yeah.
they had their differences, but all it took was a good old glass of Chateau Romani, and
Life's good as new. But yeah, continue.
Yep.
yeah, I do like this game for what it is. I mean, I do think that as someone who doesn't really care too much about going for
Oh, sorry, James. I just want to interrupt real quick.
Okay.
I learned this just recently.
Mhm.
If you don't give the running man the bunny hood, he'll just run towards the screen kind of slowly. But if you do give him the bunny hood, he'll just run back and forth like you did now.
Oh. Huh.
So you do influence the credits somewhat.
Okay.
So anyway, go ahead, James.
I mean, yeah, I do think it's a decent Zelda game, even though I will say that I don't go for 100% completion for this game just because I don't feel it's all that necessary, and in doing so, it does make some of the things you do get in the game very fucking trivial. Like,
Look at the Gerudos.
and the Goron, they're literally just dancing the night away, causing all sorts of Lord knows how many tremors all across Hyrule.
And just
Hey, Mido.
he lost his friends. Like,
And King Zora.
yeah, you too. Yeah,
Who'd you lose, old man?
my daughter.
Everything.
Oh, damn, that sucks. But look,
Wait a minute. Maybe we didn't lose what we lost, because I feel they're worth right now.
Oh, look, snow.
This is my favorite part of the credits.
Just, yeah, Ocarina of Time is a good game, and it is probably one of the few Zelda games I do come back to on a semi-regular basis, but as far as my Zelda outing, stuff, like, favorites are concerned, I usually go back to, like, some Breath of the Wild, maybe not so much Breath of the Wild, but Link Between Worlds and Wind Waker before this.
yeah.
Yay!
Assuming I have the opportunity to, anyway.
But yeah,
I mean, you know, guys, your jobs are pretty much done. You can go back home and join the party if you wanted to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually something that A Link Between Worlds also allude to, because they too also have the whole Sacred Sage nonsense. And they did go back, they were allowed to go back home and enjoy their usual daily lives.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, in the Temple of Time...
Oh.
Sorry for the awkward silence, but yeah, Link returns back to his natural age, and all's well and not all good. I don't know what the heck happened to my bracelet, but hey, Navi, you feeling alright? Wasn't that a heck of an adventure, Navi?
I'm sorry, Link, but my job here is done, so I'm going to take off now.
I must go now. My planet needs me. I need a vacation.
This place was really weird. I'm done with this adventure and nonsense. And it's kind of, this ending always seemed weird to me because it's like, here it's like, yeah, I think Link is okay with it. Turns out a week later he was like, nah, I kind of need her.
Yeah.
We gotta go tie up some loose strings.
Yeah.
But that's for another game.
Presented by Nintendo.
It was a
You know,
fun
in
ride.
hindsight, maybe we should have saved our final thoughts for after all this.
Yeah, our cutscene's not quite finished yet.
Oh yeah, there's
Almost.
still one last loose end to take care of, and I mean, I'm just gonna ask right now, what do you think ended up happening after this whole scene ends?
Yeah, I don't know if Zelda still knows him or she lost her memories of him.
He just run.
I don't know where in the timeline this takes place.
I mean,
like, if she.
Majora's Mask does make it clear that the two are on good terms. It's just
Oh look, there's the Triforce on his left hand.
Oh,
look at that.
He just runs in. Don't trust the man that reminded you of the Dark Clouds. Execute him right now.
Actually, now that I stop and think about it, that is true. Now that Link does have that symbol on his hand, that's actually a perfect enough justification for his story to be legit and, have Ganon incarcerated.
Yeah, like, dude, no, trust me.
The end.
It's so
Man.
Ganon, no swipe, jeez, but no.
Okay, Logan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, again, I just said right now, like, it's solid game. I think. I very much enjoyed my time with the game. So as I did my own Let's Play a long time ago. I can definitely...
What the?
Oh, you can play music on this screen with the controller still.
No, that's actually whatever you played for Pier as a kid. That's what plays on the screen. That's what plays at the ending, and it plays through all the instruments like flute, harp, ocarina.
Okay then. Well, hopefully you didn't act like a complete fool when you're making a song for him.
Now play it.
Okay, just listen to it.
Also stay tuned because we're going to be on the screen for 2 more minutes, which actually is nice because it gives us all time to talk. I can definitely,
Yeah, that's why I
I
left
can
the
absolutely
screen up.
respect what this game did and how others have looked to it as inspiration and how to build off of those fundamentals. And it helped pave the way for Zelda moving into the 3D environment.
Did you see the little Flash Mountain's voice?
Yeah, we saw it.
I saw that. I also I also love where this game has gone even into like more recent times. Like it was only like I want to say like maybe a couple years ago that the big randomizer scenes suddenly hit once people reverse engineered like the item placement, and it is kind of incredible. Excuse me. It's incredible how just swapping around the items and what order you get them, how it can change the entire adventure. Oh jeez, whistle. Okay, but that's
actually real quick, a thought just occurred to me. When do you, given the fact that not too long ago that particular game got the treatment, when do you think Ocarina of Time is going to get its own Unreal version?
Well, remember there was that thing where there was like that little demo I showed you guys where it let you fight freaking the dragon and Ganondorf in an Unreal Engine.
Well, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like. Again, Mario 64 not that long ago, someone literally reverse engineered the entire
the PC version, right. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I gained a PC mod. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. Never mind. It wasn't an Unreal port. It was just they reverse engineered it. The entire game made it for a PC port.
Yeah, they made it just a .exe out of it. I don't know. I would love if they could do that because imagine all the mods they could do with this thing if they did that.
Maybe we'll finally get a proper texture pack, model upgrade for Ganondorf, kind of like what they did for Bowser, and it'll still look fucking uncanny.
Right. Hi. What were your thoughts? What did you think?
Truth be told, I don't really have as big of an attachment to, like, a lot of the 3D Zelda games compared to, like, some of the 2D ones. And that kind of extends a bit to Ocarina of Time, where it's like, I respect the impact that it had in not just Zelda, but just gaming in general. Like, I recognize and admire that. That being said, I think a lot of it has to do with kind of one of those instances where it's like other games might have, like, spoiled me on things. But looking back on Ocarina of Time after going through like a bunch of other Zelda games, felt kind of gave me, I guess, a bit of indifference, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know if there's like a more accurate way of describing what I'm trying to say.
That's fine. Fair. You just don't have as big of an attachment towards this game as like, well, Cele or Logan here. And I mean, I should stress I did have a heck of a childhood with this game, at least to some degree, and I did beat it up to completion like twice. 3DS version, and yeah, I mean, I still think it's a solid game. It's just not like honestly, out of the entire like list of Zelda games, this would probably be number 3 or 4 on my list. At least the 3DS version, because I can't go back to the N64 version. Its antiquity is all get out for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop Cele.
Logan, did you share your thoughts?
Yeah, we did that just now.
Yeah.
No, Logan, did you do
that?
Yeah, he just said
I did all the randomizer talking.
Oh, sorry,
Jordy, Jordy, did you get a chance to say anything?
Oh, that's right. Well, I liked it. But, okay, in all seriousness, I think all that's left is for the leading lady herself.
I could go on and on about how this game was part of my childhood, but I think I mentioned this in the first part. This game got me through some pretty tough times. I mean, around when I first started playing this game, I had some major family issues, like my parents separating, an abusive man coming into our lives. Ironically, he's the one who introduced me to this game. And this game, it got me through. It's what helped me cope through those trying times with everything that happened in my childhood, where everything just kind of went to hell. It was my escape, and even now, it's still kind of. I remember how much of an influence this has on me. I still feel the nostalgia from when I first started playing this game. And it has a really special place in my heart. And I know people kind of get on my case about liking it so much and playing it so much.
Well, I don't think
it was my escape as a kid, so
I think a lot of it is just that, well, keep in mind, when we get on your case about it, like, we don't mean it in, like, a really backhanded, like, oh, what kind of idiot are you kind of way. Like, in our case, it's mainly just kind of, like, teasing in a sense of, like, well, to be fair, you're also not very subtle about it.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Just, yeah, no, it's all playful fun at the end of the day. I mean, we all have our games that we like to gush at every now and again. I mean, heck, sometimes I'm like that with Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, it was a major part of my childhood, and it was my escape, so...
Yep.
And I'm sorry, my voice is kind of shaking just thinking about it.
Yeah, probably best not to make it shake anymore. But I mean, yeah, we hope you all enjoyed our rather chock full of weirdness commentary that is Ocarina of Time. And would you believe us if we said we're not quite done with this game yet?
We're not quite done. We still have to. We have a mod that came out last year that Logan showed me. Mm-hmm. And I recorded a playthrough of that. We're going to do a commentary on that next.
Which thankfully will not be as long. Yeah.
Stay tuned for Dawn and Dusk, and we'll see you then.
Yeah. Till next time, guys.
I was Highland Princess Lita.
I was Lucky Jack. I was me. I was Link come to town.
And methinks the summer heat is getting to all of us.
Thank gosh, oh my gosh, the heat. Thank you guys. Take care. We're not done with Zelda.
And we had James Man and hype voice acting. See y'all later.
I think your name shall go down in history.